We are a nonprofit environmental organization dedicated to the protection of our oceans, waves, and beaches for all people through activism, research, education, and conservation. And basically, we're just here today to spread the word, to show face and promote beach stewardship. We're having a beach cleanup. We have lots of volunteers that show up.
How often do you do this?
We try to at least have one once a month. Last month we actually had two. And we did a big cleanup at the Lake Worth Pier in conjunction with the Hands Across the Sand. And
oh, so you're with throughout Palm Beach County, not just down here in Jupiter?
Yes, yes. This is a county. This is a chapter of Surfrider. There's over 60+ chapters throughout the United States. We actually have a membership base of over 50,000 people, and we are worldwide. We have groups in Puerto Rico and other countries. The plan, the permit request is to have 11 series of breakwaters installed just offshore. These are basically walls of granite rock that, as requested and as constructed based on these plans, would stick out of the water a foot or more.
Really?
In a nutshell, we're basically trying to convince the county that this is a bad idea.
They're doing it to protect private property. And it's sad that a small handful of beachfront residents that were developers, I guess motivated more by greed than good common sense, built multi-story condominiums over what's called the coastal construction control line. In essence, that's the common sense line of don't build east of this line, and they built east of that line. So they built over what we call the dune. And what that means is the beach is naturally engineered to have its own defense mechanism that erosion won't continue west of an imaginary or a non-physical line. And so these condos were built east of the dune, east of the coastal construction control line. So now these owners are complaining and trying to manipulate and take advantage of the political process and pressure politicians, government agencies to come to their aid. So this is a project that is to be financed by taxpayer money to protect over a mile of private property. And this is a $30 to $50 million project that's never been done before.
Placed, behind, basically in front of buildings where there is no public access.
Yeah.
Those are private, property places where there isn't really beach access to where they want to put the breakwaters.
This is a $30 to $50 million project financed by taxpayer dollars to protect, in essence, private property. When I say private property, I mean that it's property that doesn't provide public access to the beach. There's no parking facilities within a substantial distance to where this project area is. The hardest part to really digest here is that not only will it have substantial impact on the project area itself, creating what are called tombolas, which is scalloping of the beach, but also it won't allow for nesting sea turtles to advance. This is one of the highest and most productive, most fertile stretches of beach in the world for leatherbacks, greens, and Kemp Ridleys. And this will devastate the nesting habitat, not only for turtles coming in, approaching the beach to lay eggs, but it'll create what we call ambush points for hatchlings. If you can envision, the hatchlings hatch, they're trying to swim out. There'll be a large predatory species, sharks, snook, tarpon, etc. Just picking them off because they only have, call it a 150-foot to 300-foot gap to try to swim through, and so these hatchlings will be funneling through this area. So it'll just exacerbate the predatory environment.
You're gonna make me cry.
We've met with the county commission, and we've tried to help them understand that they've been led down the primrose path, we feel, by the contractors that want to build these and other interested parties. And the problem here is, and we've tried to explain to the county commission, is one, this has never been done successfully on the east coast of Florida, let alone the east coast of the United States. It's never been done successfully in a high energy environment such as North and Central Palm Beach County. It's been done in Miami, and it was done in Miami, and it had disastrous results. There's a breakwater at 32nd Street here's a graphic that shows what happened. It created downdrift erosion, and so the beach behind the breakwater is stabilized, but what happened is the beach downdrift, or to the south, was decimated. And the very same thing will happen in the models and the technology that they're trying to utilize for northern Palm Beach County. What's ironic in this situation is that you have residents that live here on Singer Island that are complaining that their homes are in danger, yet they didn't go into this with their eyes closed. They went into this fully aware, and each and every one of those owners signed an affidavit when they bought that property called the Coastal Construction Control Line Affidavit at closing. So there's no way that their property could have closed without that. And if it did, they have an issue with their representation at closing. But they signed an affidavit that says that and this is state law, that says you are buying a property east of the Coastal Construction Control Line, which puts your property in danger, that the state of Florida is not responsible to save you, or is not responsible for any destruction or damage that may occur to your property as a result of it's being built east of the Coastal Construction Control Line.
And the county commissioners know this.
They should. They really should. If they don't know it, then they're culpably negligent.
The taxpayers of Palm Beach County to pay.
You know, we now live in an age of bailouts. Everybody wants their bailout.
We're with the Sierra Club, and the Sierra Club is here to enjoy, explore, and protect the planet. And we have some wonderful educational programs, particularly children's programs, and where we take inner city kids out to places like parks and natural areas. And so we do some fundraising for those efforts. We also send children to environmental camps, and we sell environmental t-shirts. We're selling bamboo, sustainable, free trade, organic socks, clock watch, Raptor bandana that we're specialized, having special here today, which is very cool.
Very cool. It's got all the birds on it.
Yeah, those are all raptors, birds of prey. And this is done by Hawkwatch, the group in Pennsylvania, which is world renowned for raptor research and study. We have, and what we're doing here today is we're participating in the beach cleanup, and we have free lemonade for people that do the beach cleanup, and we're really greening up Delray Beach Film Festival this year. We are so concerned that we do beach cleanup, and because some of these things that we create, especially the man-made materials, take a long time to degrade, or they don't degrade at all. For instance, a paper towel and an orange peel will degrade in 2 to 4 weeks. But if you come down here to a plastic bag will take 10 to 20 years to biodegrade. A cigarette filter will take 1 to 5 years to biodegrade. And some things down here, one of the reasons why we collect aluminum cans and we try to recycle aluminum is because an aluminum can takes 80 to 200 years to degrade. Is such that it's much less expensive to reuse glass and to reuse aluminum than to make new. So think about it when you're being careless. And there's 3 ways that you can help. You can reduce the amount of materials you use, you can reuse, and you can recycle.
We volunteered to provide some free breakfast for our Surfrider and Sierra Club booths to help with the beach cleanup this morning. Very big advocate of our green initiatives. I'm a member of both Surfrider and Sierra Club, and so we wanted to provide a healthy breakfast that we could give to people after they clean up the beach for us.
Cool.